Hello, my name is Elizabeth Champion, and today I will be talking about the project that I would like to present for my capstone class, COM 550. So I work for a theme park, and I'm really passionate about corporate social responsibility in the theme park space. It's something that is kind of getting more traction in recent years, especially the communication side of it and how it's being communicated. So I would like to look at theme park corporate social responsibility communication and how that correlates to job satisfaction. So my thesis is that this study will attempt to show that theme park employees find corporate social responsibility programs important and that they cultivate a sense of company identity through them. So I think that corporate social responsibility is not only a great tactic for stakeholders and consumers. There's a lot of research out there for that, but I also think it's great for employees and helps them find a sense of self within the company. And then additionally, the way in which CSR initiatives are reported and communicated contributes largely to theme park employees' job satisfaction. So the way that they're sent out via social media or the internal website or things like that helps employees be aware of those tactics and also contributes to their job satisfaction since it helps them know about those things that the company is doing. Okay, so the topics that I'll discuss in my literature review and the overall themes that are going to contribute to this research that I want to do are the following. So there's definitions of CSR. There's different definitions out there, and all of them contribute to the literature and to my project, so I want to include those. CSR and employee ambassadors. So when I was reviewing the literature, lots of companies use their employees to also spread the word about CSR. So I want to include that in there as well. CSR and job satisfaction. So there's lots of research and literature on how CSR tactics in different companies affect job satisfaction. How CSR is communicated certainly is an important part of the literature, the various ways in that the company gets that message out. And then, of course, CSR and the theme park industry. So how are those CSR tactics manifesting themselves in the themed entertainment industry? Okay, and my hypothesis and research questions are as follows. My hypothesis is theme park employees will feel a higher sense of organizational identity and job satisfaction based on the CSR tactics theme parks employ. And my research questions are how will different modes and mediums of communication affect theme park employees' engagement with CSR tactics? And does CSR communication affect the overall job satisfaction of theme park employees? So I want to look at basically organizational identity with CSR, communication tactics, and job satisfaction. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit off of what the slides say here. Instead of reading them off directly, I'm just going to kind of put my thoughts out there on how I want to go about conducting this research. So I'd like to do 2 surveys and a training development course. The first survey will be going out to theme park employees via my social media channels, and I also work in a theme park, like I said, so through my internal email. And that one is going to be the bulk of the research, and that's going to be asking about perceptions of job satisfaction, perceptions of CSR, those questions I've started formulating, and I've used past research on job satisfaction and CSR to kind of inform those questions. So that's going to go out on social media, like I said, an email, and it'll be anonymous. And that's going to be using Likert type scales mostly. And then based on that, I'd like to present an educational presentation on CSR to CSR theme park communication departments. So I know a few people in Disney that I can do that with, and then I also have contacts at Universal Orlando, here in Orlando, and SeaWorld and things like that. So I'd like to say, here's what I learned, and here's how it can help your department to get those messages out. And then after the presentation, I'd like to send a survey to those who attended to see if the session was engaging and effective and will help the people in the session with their CSR tactics. Okay, and then I'm not going to go all over every single one of these, but these are some of the questions I was thinking about for each survey. So these are sample questions for survey 1 for theme park employees. And then these are those continued. And these are all preliminary, so I would definitely need some help on these. And then these are sample questions for survey 2 for the learning and development course. And then, of course, I realize that there might be some limitations to this study. Participants may not answer truthfully. There's a risk of sampling error. So, if I don't get a big enough sample, I'd like to have 150 to at least 200 responses. But if not, then my sample might not be big enough. So that might be a problem. And then, of course, while this is a great addition to well, it will be hopefully a great addition to the research, it cannot completely prove causation because it is a small sample. So that is my project in a nutshell, and I'm really excited to do this research and see what we discover. Okay, thanks so much.